Hello everyone, this is Mr. Heroic Leap, and here I'm trying to get started with a new mod. I've had a few attempts at this already. It's called CrashLanding, and it is viciously hard. It's not for the faint-hearted, and it does require a bit of patience, because you will die lots as you get to learn this mod. So today I'm going to try and do a speed run through the first day, night and day. So approximately 30 minutes, and see how far we can get in the quests within the quest mode, and also hopefully get to a good position where we are reasonably secure in our water and food situation, which is the biggest challenges within this mod. So let's get started. Creating a new world, very creative name. Once this is all loaded up, we will enable one of the rules, game rules that has been discussed on Reddit, and that is to actually disable mob griefing. And the reason for that is just to ensure that, really, to ensure that we don't have mobs destroying our home, or making the game that much harder, because it's pretty hard to start with without having to deal with creepers destroying things. Let's just check the sound. Let's crank that up a little bit more, I think. And alright, so first things first. To get started, we need to grab these fluid transposers, and we will just skip that. And we have already completed that quest, which gives us our backpack, or our camel pack for water. And I'm going to quickly grab some dust. I'll probably pick a position for our tree about here, and we will manually submit that. Okay, so that gives us a start with things that we need. And the next thing what we want to do is collect some dust. Once we have, we'll need a bit more than that. We'll need one more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal off this breach in our crash engine to stop all of that nasty stuff burning up the land, and also causing all sorts of issues with the native wildlife here. Okay, so what have we got? We've got our power and a sink shell. So the sink shell is important because this is how we come back to life when we inevitably die. And believe me, we will die. Oh, better put our camel pack on. Let's put some water in the camel pack. 3 should be enough to start with. And just check our quest again. Alright, do we have any dust on my inventory? No, we don't. Alright. So, really what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few tricks to try and speed our way through this questing system. And that's really just to make the first day more efficient, because we really do need to grab everything here that we can. So, turn that in, because we've picked up the dust we needed, and we've got the other items from the easy route quest. And now we have our dirty water, which we can then turn in for this next one, claim that reward. And of course purifying water, where we cook the dirty water and we get water bottles, but we've already got water bottles, so we can just submit that straight away and get our reward straight away. That leaves us with sapping the saplings. Now this is one of the methods of gaining water in this particular mod. So what we need is our fluid transposer. A few things out of this chest. We'll grab a few of these things that we will need. Okay, and we shall put power in there. Where is it? UDS there. And apply the quest to that there. Change our output to empty. And what we'll do is we'll just, instead of doing saplings, we'll just throw a water bottle in there, and that'll get us a quest complete without actually using saplings. And saplings, as you'll soon find out, is a very, very important part of this game. Without the trees, we would not survive very long. What I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go around the ship and build a small defensive wall. Just really digging into the ground to make sure that we've got a too high wall all the way around to prevent mobs from climbing over the top. Don't do much about spiders yet, but we'll deal with that later. So the dust is important because we need to be able to sift the dust later during the night time when we can't be out roaming around because of the dangers outside. Once we have sifted through the dust, we'll be able to obtain important things such as pulverized dusts that we can then combine into create dust ores, or ore dusts I should say. And once we have that in place, we'll be able to smelt those dusts into ingots. So let's continue our wall around here. We'll just go a little bit past the tree here. Don't need to go too far, just to get started. And this wall needs to be at least 2 high. Really, to be really safe, it needs to be 3 height so that we can be protected from the skeletons. Unfortunately, sometimes they do like to attack you over the top of the wall, which is very, very annoying indeed. And also the other thing too is when we come to the morning after the creepers and the skeletons and whatnot have finished having their fun at night, we'll need to come out here and collect their crops, which is going to be very important for our continued survival. The bones in particular, and the zombie flesh. Zombie flesh can be converted into food. We can also throw zombie flesh into oak barrels, which will give us, for every 10 zombie flesh we get, will give us a block of dirt. And what can we do with a block of dirt? As you saw from the quest, we could convert dirt into dirty water, which we could then smelt into a standard water bottle. And that is a very good way of getting water at the beginning. However, you will need to get a few things before that will work out for you. We're going for day. Alright, let's see if we can get down here. I like to have a 2 gap here instead of a 1 because there are some mobs that are bigger than normal, because this particular pack does have the special mobs add-on. So we end up with all sorts of fancy creepers. Even at some points of time we do end up with ghasts flying around. Fortunately they don't shoot, but what they do is they will pick up a creeper that's standing on the ground and then fly them in and land on top of you. And that can be quite a problem, as you can imagine. Alright, so we've got a bit of dust. Let's just close up that wall. Make that wall a bit bigger later, but what I need to do right now is we need to get a tree happening. Let's get the old trusty oak sapling out, and we want some bone meal. And we got a big tree to start. That's not exactly perfect, but we'll deal with that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a couple of logs and convert those into sticks. Sifter, crafting bench, and where's our logs? I'm actually going to convert all of this to sticks because we need lots of sticks. For the moment we're just going to get 1 crook. We have a bit of time in the sun. The crook will give us a better drop chance on saplings. So it's very important that we only use a crook to break leaves. And later on we'll hopefully get some shears happening, which will be even better because we can do all sorts of things with leaf blocks later on. We're getting a few saplings here. It would be even better if we got a silkworm or 2. Silkworms can be cooked and eaten, and also it can be used to infest leaves, to convert leaves into string, which is very, very useful. Nice, not a bad idea to be able to get a bed happening early on, so that the mobs don't have a chance to run away when the sun comes up. Alright, so let's grab another tree and grab that sapling there. Our crook is about to break. Should have crafted 2. There we go. Let's craft another crook. Hopefully we'll get that tree down before... Oh, we did get a silkworm. Awesome. Okay. Get this tree down before the sun goes down. We really do need a lot of wood to get started in this. And a lot of saplings. Okay. The only difference in the quest mode before, when I chose the easy route compared to the hard route, is the hard route doesn't give you a sink shell. So that means if you die once, it's game over. Whereas at least with the easy route, you can come back after one death. And if you have enough power, you can then create another sink shell. Unfortunately though, with our current power situation, we only have enough power for one sink shell. So one death. If we have a second death before we get some sort of power happening, that will be game over. And let's just hope that that doesn't happen. But I will not rule it out, because this is a really tough game. Yeah, I'm not going to bother about another crook just now. I just want to get these logs down before mobs start spawning, so that we can get ourselves set up at night with some tools to help us through the next day. Another sapling down, and we shall grow that as well. Awesome. Alright, let's close up for the night. Down a highly effective dust door. Okay. So, what have we got now? Let's grab a few planks. And what we'll need is one crafting table. And we shall want to grab some more sticks. Actually, no we don't. Let's just grab some stencils. So what we want to do here is we want to get started with tinkers. And to do that we just need to craft our different tools. We've got that one, haven't we? Tool stations. Yep. And finally that. Alright. Part builder. Actually you can stay like that. Grab the tool station. Perhaps him down to a half. And need to place that. Okay, so let's put that down here. Tool station can go there. Stencils can go there, and we'll put a stencil chest there later. Okay, so we need to, actually we'll need to craft some more stencils. Alright, and no, we don't want that. I'm having all sorts of fun with my mouse right now. The only problem with this particular mod is that it is actually quite intense. How are we going for water? Almost out of water. A bit more water in there. Get there, and grab some food. You definitely need to keep your hunger bar and your thirst under control. So, a couple of things we need. We'll need a shovel, we'll need an axe head, and a really good weapon to get started with is the frying pan, believe it or not. A frying pan does provide with the ability to knock back, and that's very important. So what we'll do is grab an axe head, and we'll grab 2 shovels. You'll see why in a minute. Okay. Those patterns away. There's another couple of patterns we'll need later on, but we'll worry about those later. Let's build our shovel. Need some sticks. Of course we need some sticks. Okay. Shovel. One shovel. Thank you. One pan. And a mattock, which we can use to till dirt later. Very important. Okay. Let's, didn't want that. Get that one in there. a few extra rounds of ammo. We've got our needle gun. Needle guns are helpful, but they're not very effective. It does take quite a number of shots. So here you can see I've got my my little zinc copy has been made. And we should actually be able to hand that quest in, sapping the saplings now. Indeed, we were. Okay, so we need a bone crook and a stone hammer to get tools of the trade. And desperate times we want some salt, which we'll get from the dust. And that's really where we are at the moment. And oh wow, they are very noisy. But let's get going with building a chest. So we can store... Oh my goodness, I am messing up something big here this time round. This is actually my second recording of this. The first time I got to hit the record button, didn't I? Which is pretty embarrassing. Not to worry. Alright, so we're just going to start sifting some of this dust. A real priority here is to get some stones. Stones which we can combine into a 4x4, 2x2 pattern to create cobblestone. And we'll need that to craft our first tool, which is the hammer. Pardon me while I take a quick drink while we're sifting this. And as you'll notice with my mini-map, I actually have mob icons enabled, so you can see as I zoom the map in that we definitely have quite a collection of unfriendlies out there. And it looks like we have a spider on the roof as well. Alright, so we're getting a few things here. Unfortunately, my inventory space is a little bit tight at the moment. Let's put a few things away. I managed to get an egg. Awesome. I'll be able to cook that up later. There's our salt. We just need some zombie flesh. Sounds like their zombies are getting stuck on the fire that is appearing on the engine beside us. I'm actually quite amazed at how they're just gathering in that one spot. I would have thought they would have been able to get a little bit closer around the front, but I'm sure they'll move once we get a bit closer to daytime. They'll start spreading out. Sifting this dust is probably the most boring part of this mod. Unfortunately, there is a lot of sifting, but hopefully we'll be able to get some automation happening with this for much longer. The biggest problem with automation is the actual drops. As you can see, they just fly into the air. So if you're not standing here to collect them and handle them and put them away, they're just going to sit there, and if you wait too long, despawn after 5 minutes. So how many stone have we got so far? Stone is the important thing. And, oh my goodness. How many stone do we get? 3 here. Let's put this on the toolbar. I want to be able to see that. That's only 1 piece of cobble so far. That is fairly sad. We really do need to get approximately 30 stones to get started. That'll give us the ability to craft a hammer and also be able to craft a slab furnace, so that we can cook things up. Priority really is to get some iron happening, and so that we can make some shears, because using the shears on the leaves will give us many options when it comes to water and dirt. So once we get more dirt, we'll be able to plant more trees. We'll be able to plant some crops to plant things that we will get later on. But we're almost out of our dust now, so just a little bit longer, and we'll put all this stuff away. We managed to get 10 stones. Well, we get to 12. That'll give us 3 cobblestone if we do. Yes, awesome. Come on, give us a lot more. And that's the end of the dust. Alright, so we shall just put all this away. Don't really need it in my inventory right this minute. Cold water can't put into the backpack, unfortunately. Don't really need the fluid transposer on me right now. But let's put these into 3 pieces of cobble. And need a bit more wood. Might as well just grab all that. And we'll craft ourselves our hammer. Okay, so hammer is also useful for breaking down things. So if we were to place that cobblestone and hit it with the hammer and break it with the hammer, it would then become gravel. And if we place the gravel and hit it with the hammer again, it'll become sand. And then of course if we hit sand with the hammer, it would then become dust. I don't think we'll need much in the way of dust. So yeah, this is a dust planet after all. Let's just grab a little bit more jerky there to get some food back up, and you'll see that the mobs are now dying. We'll get our frying pan ready. So the objective right now is to go get some zombie flesh and not die to the spider. There we go. Sayonara. Okay. So what we need... Oh, armored zombie. Hey, armored zombie. Hey. Hey, how are you going? Yeah, fry pans are... Oh, no. Ow. That was a fire creeper. I managed to get rid of the zombie at least. Hello. Hello. Nope. Ow. Ow. This is not going to be a good start if I die. Alright. Hello, creeper, go away. Yeah, too high wall is not the best when it comes to dealing with creepers. Okay, we've got some creeper seeds. Alright, looks like we might be reasonably safe to go out here. Just need to keep an eye out for any baby zombies, because baby zombies don't seem to die in the sunlight, which is really annoying. As you can see, my fry pan is awesome. Highly recommend this as your first weapon. It does improve. The more you use it, it automatically upgrades as you get experience. However, one issue to be aware of is that sometimes you will, in the early stages, drop the fry pan. It's because your skill level is considered to be clumsy. So be aware of that. Armored creepers definitely take a few extra hits, but generally normal creepers only take 2 hits to kill. But yeah, the armored creepers do take a few more. And hopefully I don't have anything coming out of this mound here. Isn't. Alright, let's grab some more of this stuff. Okay, let's do the full circuit. Grab all this lovely zombie flesh and bones. Unfortunately, for some reason, the view distance is a little bit short, but let's grab this dust here while we're here. Reduce the height outside to make it a little bit more challenging for skeletons to hit us in the early parts of the evening. And we might be trying to finish off a tree or two. Eventually what I'll do is expand the wall to be 3 high and expand a trench around it. And yeah, it's a good way of collecting dust that we need to farm up our resources during the night. And as you can see, the shovel does make a huge difference. Okay, grab a few more drops. More here. XP is not really that important because really the way these mobs hit and how hard they hit, it's not really going to help you much, but maybe end game it'll make a difference. Alright, let's make ourselves a bone crook. How are we going for water? Not too bad. Might just eat one of my PB and J sandwiches. Let's eat them both. Why not? That gives us plenty of well-fed buff. Alright, salt. Now we needed this to create jerky, zombie jerky, and that was the next quest, which was Desperate Times. Alright, the next one is to cook up a silkworm and to make some cooking utensils, and we need bone crook. Alright, bone crook time. Only 10 bones. Damn, that's not very many at all. Okay, so I'll grab a crook or two, and let's put away some of these drops, because we don't need them all in our inventory right this minute. We'll need the bottles. Put that away, put that away. Creep seeds, don't need them, don't need arrows. We will need the bone meal, we don't need the dark glass. Alright. Now, biggest thing right now is to plant and harvest as many trees as possible in as short a time as possible. Because we'll need lots and lots of wood to go through on the next evening to build a few things to progress us in the quest book. So, don't mind me whilst we harvest a few trees. Our automatic here will make chopping down a little bit quicker, which is awesome. We're getting some decent number of saplings, which is awesome. Let's put a bit more water. Cold doesn't work in a camel pack. 2 more in there. Okay. As you're outside, your heat does increase, and as you see, the temperature gauge there is... oh, using the wrong tool. Bone crook, there we go. Normal temperature for a person in Celsius is 37 degrees, and that's what you see there in the temperature gauge. Water is keeping us hydrated and ensuring that we don't overheat in the sun that we are out in the moment. The black dot on the temperature gauge is indicating the temperature of where you're standing. So different things affect the temperature, which also impact on your heat at the same time. So if we're actually under the tree, you'll see that the temperature gauge drops down a little bit. When we go out into the sun, it jumps up. So other things can affect it, such as the liquid pyrotheum out in the engine. If we get close to that, it'll cause us to heat up even more. If we're standing next to lava on the ground, or in any sort of machine that uses lava, will definitely be heating up as a result of that as well. So one of the other things that will happen later on is once we get to the point of a cobblegen, we'll need to place that a little distance away from where we're generally working, because we don't want to be experiencing all of that extra heat based on that lava in the cobblegen. So that's really the very first thing that we need to try and get to in the short term, after we get our water and food situation sorted out, is we definitely do need to get some cobble generation happening. Okay, get some more of this timber, and we should be in a very good spot to proceed later on. How much dust have I got? Not much dust. Alright. The other thing, of course, is we do need a lot of dust. Without dust, we cannot survive for very long. So let's actually dig down one more level down here, and that'll give us a 3-high wall, from at least from the outside point of view, and that will help us avoid few of the skeletons as the night progresses. We still need to probably expand this trench a little bit more. I'm not going to make the trench a trap. The simple reason is that it becomes a very, very dangerous area to work in if mobs are easily trapped like that. As you saw, the amount of damage that I took from those creepers just trying to get out earlier. It doesn't take much to lose a lot of health. Just a couple of those creeper explosions, and you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt. Okay, so our shovel has just broken, which is fine. The great thing about Tinker's tools is you can just repair them with the source material that you made them with, and as they get repaired, they do improve quite a lot in their capabilities. So I'm just going to raise this wall one more. It'll give us an extra layer of security during the night, which will be awesome. So let's see how we go around here. Okay, and a little bit of a step up here. That should work. How are we going for time? I might be able to do another tree. Definitely will be able to do another tree. One bone meal, gotta like that. Okay, oh, apples. Fruit. One of the mods that's been added to this particular challenging hard mode game is Pan's cooking culinary mod. It's lots of different ways of cooking food, which makes things very interesting because unfortunately you can't eat the same type of food too many times or you will end up in a bit of trouble. Okay, that is almost down, but we do have a reasonably good wall, so all barring a spider, we should be fairly safe to continue doing this for a little bit longer. But it's getting about to that time where we will have to call a wrap for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this and watching me blunder through this this mod. As I said, it's very difficult, so throw me a like, favorite, comment, everything helps. Appreciate any input on the video itself and how it can be improved. And time to close the door, and at this point in time I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Bye bye.